So at what point, it sounds like for a while there, you just focused on writing.
Well,
Did you think you were going to want to do writing, or were you still wanting to perform? What was your thought process?
Actually, in a stronger way, at a point, I think it was like 2010, maybe in 2009, I was like, I'm done with acting, because I had auditioned for so many things and just not really booked anything. I felt like the writing and producing I was doing was being hindered by me always shoving myself in there.
Right.
So I kind of focused on producing. Yeah, always like, I kept saying to my partner at that time, I was like, why does everything we write have to star two white dudes?
Right.
Like, why can't we write something else? And he was like, because we're doing it so
you
we
write
can
what
act.
you know, yeah.
And so that's why I actually focused just on producing and writing for like 18 months.
So you were fine with that. You're like, this is where I'm going to be.
And it was a struggle. I had to do some like real soul searching to be comfortable with not being on camera, because, it'd been a number of years where that was my focus and my goal. But in doing that and being comfortable not being on camera, it's made it so now everything I do on camera is just awesome.
Right.
Like, I have no expectations for anything, which makes everything that comes so much better.
Right.
Like, I think if I had...
It's just the cherry on top.
It's the cherry. Every job is the cherry on top. Like, I remember when I was in my 20s, or, when I moved out here, it would be like, why did he get that role? Why didn't I get that role? Or there was so much like jealousy or envy that came with the profession, which is natural. Like, we're in this crazy profession where it's very personal.
Right.
I just don't have that anymore, and I feel so lucky. I feel like
awesome.
I'm gonna live longer because Jesus Christ, can that fucking kill you?
So you just let yourself focus on writing and producing. What was sort of the changing point? What was the first big acting gig you got then?
It was The Wolf of Wall Street, and the only reason I got that is because
you touched on this earlier. You knew.
No, I didn't.
No, that was Wrecked.
That was Wrecked.
Okay.
Wolf of Wall Street was just. I got an email from my manager that said, "Would you move to New York for The Wolf of Wall Street?" And I replied, "A werewolf movie," and he replied, "Directed by Martin Scorsese." And I was like, "Where do I audition?" And I was like, I had been out of the game, but I was like, I might as well try it with this one. It seems fun. And I went on camera.
But wait, why does your manager? Was your manager still trying to get you to do acting stuff?
Actually, no, he wasn't. But
so how did that?
Because a casting director from New York who had seen my old partner Pete and I, and liked us, said, "I think Brian would be good for this." Reached out to him and was like, "I think Brian would be good for this specific thing."
He was like casting it or something.
The casting director, the casting director from New York remember me and reached out to my manager.
Okay.
And so that's the only reason why my manager was like, "Hey, Megan Rafferty and Jen Houston reached out and said Brian should go out for this. This is the only reason I'm sending this to you." And I was like, I liked them. They're great, wonderful women. So I was like, yeah, I'll do this.
What an impression you left on them.
I guess so, yeah.
Did you hug all the casting? Your wife and all the women? You just hugged them?
Big groups every day. We open the day with a group hug. But yeah, so I liked it because it was because I could improv it. Because
right.
It was like I didn't have to memorize lines or do scenes, so I just recorded at this place over in Wilshire. I keep pointing to Wilshire because it's over in that direction.
Oh,
Wilshire's there.
I thought you were pointing at my walls.
I recorded with Broad City and Del Close over there, and you.
And me.
You don't remember, man? I recorded with a cartoon.
I'm so vain. I got a picture of me on the wall.
Who's that, though?
That's J.J. Redick of the L.A. Clippers.
I got Redick staring at me all day. What's on his eyes?
It's a big head from the sports game. So I can go,
fun.
Oh. I worked for the Clippers this past season.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Clippers are poorly run.
Did you get paid?
Long story. Yeah, not
That's
great.
all I cares about.
I got to watch games courtside. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. So anyways, I did it expecting nothing.
You recorded your audition out here. You didn't even audition for Scorsese?
Well, I got an email.
How are you supposed to improv by yourself?
To be honest, it was like you're on a phone call selling somebody. So
Gotcha.
It was like you're improving into the phone. So it
Gotcha.
was like an improv monologue.
Gotcha.
and I know a little bit about finance because I've been in.
Your good buddy's a stockbroker.
My good buddy, honestly, like I reached out to some buddies and.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Buddies and like, what are some keywords I can throw in? And buzzwords, yeah, nice. And a week later, they were like, fly to New York to meet Scorsese. And I was
wow.
like, what the fuck? Luckily, I was going there for a wedding, and and it was 6 of us going into a hotel room to do that same thing for Scorsese and the casting director.
Wow.
And it was probably the most nervous I've been in my life.
Really?
Like,
this is past when you were cocky.
This is past. This is way past cocky. This was like defeated, destroyed Brian.
Right.
With like all of the dudes I was with were pros. Like,
right.
They were like, and I'm like, I haven't been on camera in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And so we just like did this audition in the room, and it was a blast, and we all had fun, and we worked together to do it. And we got cast. Most of the guys in that room got cast. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I got to spend 5 months with those dudes, and we became.
You were there for 5 months?
5.5 months shooting that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't remember you in that much of the film.
Yeah, well, we were. That's the truth. But we were in it a lot. We're in every scene. Like
every scene.
Most of the
in the
scenes,
office.
Most office scenes where Leo's like talking, you're gonna see like me being like, or something
That's
like
funny.
that. Like,
that's crazy. I gotta rewatch it.
I look completely different in the movie.
Yeah, you don't have a beard, right?
I don't have a beard. I have this long kind of like comb over hair. I look totally.
That's crazy. What a cool experience.
An amazing experience. Scorsese would talk to us about like why he was shooting his shots, like storytelling, all of these things, which were. It was like film school. It was amazing. And to be honest, that's what threw me back into writing. It's because it was like I just learned so much from this living legend.
Right.
I want to use this to tell stories now.
Right.
So yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.